There is a reality. No matter how much we try, we cannot really stop comparing ourselves to other people. In as much as, we've heard so many spiritual people say to us, you need to stop comparing yourself to other people. But then it is difficult. It is very difficult. For we must understand that we need people to be able to know on which yardstick we are actually moving. And hence, one of the most important thing we must always ask ourselves is, on what value am I measuring myself and also measuring others? In the point of wanting to grow in life, we use different values to measure people. And hence, one of the questions we can also ask ourselves is, what does it really mean to have value? Can a man exist without value? What is the origin of value in a man? To understand this question, we must understand the concept of society. Our value keeps changing in accordance to that which is presented to us. We cannot hold on to one value to the end of our life. For that particular value that we hold on to, it keeps metamorphosing into different things depending on that which is the reality or which is the circumstance that is presented to us. So we have ourselves fighting between that which is called the societal value. We have ourselves debating within ourselves about that which we believe is the religious value that we've taken up. But this here is the poison. This here is that which makes it difficult for us to live our life. For we are so busy in this measurement of value that we are so stuck up in it. Some years ago, there was a beautiful, powerful musician. He was good at playing the drum. He was so good. But then, all of a sudden, he was ousted. He was ousted or outed out of his group for no reason. They just gave him the money and said, you know what, take this is the bus ticket. And just like that, there was no breach of contract. There was no explanation. He was just expelled out of his own group. And while going, he started asking himself, is this the end of it? Like, for real, is this the end of this musical group? Is this the end? What did I do to these people? I don't really do anything. He sat down and he ran through his head, racked through every corner of his brain just to find that one thing that he did. Maybe it was based on how he spoke, or maybe it was based on how he drummed. What was it that was the main problem? He couldn't find anything. And after being depressed for a few hours, on his way to Los Angeles, he made a vow. He is going to create another group of band that will be so powerful, so great than the other ones that expelled him. And he will be so good and he will be so popular that those other band, the other previous band that expelled him, will regret ever expelling him. And over the course of years, this man, John Stratton was his name, he developed a beautiful band. And this band was called the Die Hard, they were Metallica. Die Hard, Metallica. And in the process, he sold thousands of copies of albums toured around the whole part. But his previous band was just metal. And they sold hundreds of thousands of copies. And this always get John Stratton upset. It always gets him frustrated. Like, how come? And hence, every year, every time, it's always like, I need to do better than these people. I need to do better than them. I need to do better than them. The value of their success became that which he uses in measuring his own success. And this is the situation with many of us. Many of us, we are in secret competition with the success of other people. We use the value of the success of other people to measure our own self. And because we use the value of the success of other people to measure our own self, we are never peaceful. Even though externally we'll be like, I am okay, I don't have any problem. But realistically, we are tormented. For every time we hear that the other person has done something, we want to do something that is higher than what the other person has done. Now, this also becomes the problem within siblings. If you have siblings, you will see that this also become problems within siblings. This also become problem within, family cycles. This also become problems within extended cycles. Guess what? The only person that can compete with you based on your value is always somebody that you know. A person that you don't know cannot compete with you based on the value that you hold. And hence, you must ask yourself right now, because based on that value that you hold, that is how you are using to interact with people. That is that is what you use to see your success and your failures. The value. And many of us, we go to bed measuring ourselves based on the value that we hold. And this value is based on what we see happening in the life of another person. And hence, the true way to truly live your life is not to measure yourself by the values of what you see happening in the life of other person. Contrary to the previous story that I told you, here is also another story of the Beatles. Before the Beatles had, their, massive success, they once had a drummer. And just the same way, they let this drummer go because this drummer was more charismatic. He did things more better than them, and they did not like it. John, George, and all of them, Paul McCartney, they didn't like him, and they let him go. Now, this drummer, I've forgotten his name, but you make your research and you will understand it. He was also very depressed. He was so unhappy that why did they make him? Why did they let him go? And after years, he was asked, "Are you happy?" And then he said, "Actually, I am very, very grateful that I was let go of the band. There was a point in my life whereby I nearly wanted to commit suicide, but I was talked out of it by my mother. For I felt so miserable that my life has come to an end, that these people who are my friends that have taken so close to me, this is what they did to me." But then I come to find out that which really makes man or a human being happy is being able to have a lovely home and having lovely children and a beautiful home and raising a happy home. And also once in a while being able to do what you love to do without no pressure. It says, I do see myself as a success. And if you come to look at it, this that he was able to achieve was what his other previous bandmate struggled to achieve. They could not even have it, having a successful home, a beautiful family, children, being able to be present with the children. They couldn't have it. And he had it all. And he says, this here is my success. So we use different value system to measure our success in the society. And that is the truth. And that is what you must ask yourself right now. What value system am I using to measure myself and also measure other people? If this touched you, please share this with somebody else, for you never know how the life of the person might change. You never know. And now you ask yourself before you go, or this should be the reflection for you today, which is, what value system am I using to measure myself and others? Is that value poisoning me? Is it keeping me in a position that is toxic? Or it is becoming liberating for me? This should be your own reflection. Share this with somebody. And I also like to hear your thought in the comment. Follow me for more. Ciao. Until next time. Bye.